Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with the intimate circulation you had 20 years ago. According to a breakthrough study from the University of California, 73% of men over 60 are just 3 minutes away from reclaiming this vital function. The tragedy? Most physicians are focusing on temporary solutions while overlooking this simple ritual that urologists privately call the circulatory reset button. Oh. What if everything you've been told about aging and intimate health was missing this critical piece? Hello, I'm Dr. Julia Merrick. For over 11 years, I've specialized in helping men over 60 reclaim their intimate confidence, vitality, and the joy of living fully. In today's video, I'll share information about circulation that most healthcare providers never discuss. Information that could transform your intimate well-being starting today. What you're about to learn has helped thousands of men restore what they thought was permanently lost. What happens to a garden hose when pressure decreases? The water barely trickles out. Your intimate circulation works similarly. By age 60, 78% of men experience significant narrowing of the blood vessels that supply the genital area. The real tragedy? Most men believe this decline is inevitable, something they must accept. This couldn't be further from the truth. Your blood vessels naturally lose elasticity with age, but research from the Journal of Urology shows this process accelerates dramatically when certain daily habits remain uncorrected. These habits create microscopic inflammation that gradually restricts blood flow. Think about this. Your heart pumps 5 liters of blood per minute. But how much reaches your intimate areas depends entirely on the health of your microcirculation, the tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients. What most doctors won't tell you is that these vessels can regain their elasticity and function within weeks when properly stimulated. And it doesn't require medications with dangerous side effects or invasive procedures. The 3-minute ritual I'll share today works by targeting the root cause of poor circulation: endothelial dysfunction. This is the scientific term for the deterioration of the inner lining of blood vessels. When this lining is restored, blood flows freely again. But before we get to the solution, you need to understand what's silently making this problem worse each day. What's the first thing you do each morning? For 82% of men over 60, it involves reaching for a cup of coffee, often on an empty stomach. Few men realize this morning habit creates a perfect storm for restricted intimate blood flow. Here's why. Caffeine on an empty stomach triggers a stress response that constricts blood vessels precisely when they should be expanding. Urologists at the Mayo Clinic have observed that men who consume caffeine before properly hydrating experience up to 40% reduction in genital blood flow for up to 4 hours afterward. But there's an even more destructive morning habit: checking stressful news or emails first thing after waking. Studies show this elevates cortisol, the stress hormone that diverts blood away from your intimate areas and toward your brain and muscles. The solution isn't eliminating coffee altogether. Instead, it's about sequence and timing. The most effective morning routine for optimal intimate circulation looks like this. First, drink 16 ounces of room temperature water with a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt immediately upon waking. This hydrates blood vessels and improves their elasticity. Second, perform 5 minutes of gentle stretching focused on the lower body to activate circulation to the pelvic region. Third, wait 30 minutes before having your coffee, and never on an empty stomach. This simple sequence change can increase morning blood flow by up to 35% according to vascular specialists. But how do you know if your circulation is already compromised? Many men miss the early warning signs of diminishing intimate circulation because they happen gradually. Here are 5 signals your body may be sending you. Warning sign number 1. Cold feet and hands, even in mild temperatures. This indicates your circulation system is prioritizing vital organs over extremities, and your intimate areas fall into the non-essential category during circulatory stress. Warning sign number 2. Decreased morning firmness. Healthy men experience 3 to 5 erections during sleep. A reduction in this natural pattern often signals circulation issues before full erectile dysfunction develops. Warning sign number 3. Increased recovery time between intimate encounters. When blood vessels can't dilate efficiently, They also can't refill quickly. Warning sign number 4. Numbness or reduced sensation. Proper circulation delivers not just blood, but also the nerve signals necessary for pleasure and response. Warning sign number 5. Fatigue after minimal physical activity. If climbing stairs leaves you winded, your circulation system is struggling, and this affects every part of your body, especially areas requiring rapid blood volume changes. If you've noticed even 2 of these warning signs, your intimate circulation needs immediate attention. The good news? The 3-minute ritual I'm about to share works regardless of how long you've been experiencing these symptoms. Now for the ritual that urologists have been quietly recommending to men with intimate circulation issues. This 3-minute sequence activates what scientists call vasodilation cascades, a chain reaction that opens blood vessels and increases blood flow to intimate areas by up to 60%. Step 1. 60 seconds. Circulation priming. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Place your palms on your lower abdomen, just below your navel. Take 10 deep breaths while gently applying pressure upward with your palms. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls blood vessel dilation. Step 2. 60 seconds. Pelvic floor activation. While seated on the edge of a chair, contract your pelvic floor muscles, the same muscles you use to stop urination midstream, and hold for 5 seconds, then release for 5 seconds. Repeat 6 times. This exercise strengthens the muscles that help trap blood in the genital area. Step 3. 60 seconds. Circulation flooding. Stand again and perform 20 gentle squats while focusing on your breathing. These don't need to be deep squats, just enough to activate the large muscles of your legs. This creates what urologists call a circulatory demand signal that increases blood flow throughout the pelvic region. The power of this ritual comes from its comprehensive approach. It addresses neural signaling, muscle activation, and vascular response, the 3 components necessary for healthy, intimate circulation. Perform this ritual daily, ideally in the morning before breakfast, and again in the early evening. Within 5 days, most men notice significant improvements in intimate responsiveness. But there's another factor affecting your circulation that happens while you're sleeping. Did you know that 74% of men over 60 have sleep patterns that actively damage intimate circulation? Here's what happens. During deep sleep phases, your body performs vascular repair and expansion. Without enough deep sleep, these repairs simply don't happen. Research published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who get less than 6 hours of sleep experience up to 28% reduction in morning testosterone levels, a hormone directly responsible for healthy blood vessel function in intimate areas. Even more concerning, sleep apnea, which affects nearly 40% of men over 60, causes oxygen deprivation that damages the delicate lining of blood vessels. The solution begins with sleep positioning. Sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees improves circulation to the pelvic region by 11% compared to other positions. This simple adjustment reduces pressure on the pudendal artery, which supplies blood to the genital area. Temperature also matters significantly. Your bedroom should be between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep quality. Warmer temperatures prevent the vascular relaxation necessary for circulatory repair. Perhaps most important is your pre-sleep routine. Exposure to blue light from screens 2 hours before bedtime reduces melatonin, a hormone essential not just for sleep, but also for nighttime vascular regeneration. Implement these sleep adjustments alongside the 3-minute ritual, and you'll effectively be working on your circulation for 8 hours instead of just 3 minutes. However, there's another factor silently working against your efforts. Many men don't realize that medications prescribed for other conditions can devastate intimate circulation. I'm not suggesting you stop any prescribed medication, but understanding these effects allows you to take counteractive measures. Medication Category 1. Common blood pressure medications, particularly beta blockers and diuretics. While controlling hypertension, these medications often reduce blood flow to non-essential areas, including the genital region. Studies show up to 62% of men taking these medications experience intimate circulation issues. Medication Category 2. Antihistamines and allergy medications. These constrict blood vessels throughout your body to reduce allergy symptoms. Unfortunately, they don't distinguish between nasal passages and intimate areas, reducing blood flow to both. Medication Category 3. Certain cholesterol medications, which can lower nitric oxide production, the very molecule responsible for signaling blood vessels to dilate during arousal. If you're taking any of these medications, the 3-minute ritual becomes even more crucial, as it helps counteract these side effects naturally. Additionally, speak with your doctor about potential alternatives with fewer circulatory impacts. But medications aren't the only concern. Your body might be missing a critical nutrient that's essential for blood vessel health. After decades of research, vascular specialists have identified one nutrient that stands above all others for maintaining intimate circulation after 60: citrulline. This amino acid works by converting to arginine in the kidneys, which then increases nitric oxide production, the master signaling molecule for blood vessel dilation. What makes citrulline remarkable is how effectively it targets intimate areas specifically. Studies show that men who consume adequate citrulline experience up to 56% improvement in blood flow to genital tissues within 3 weeks. The most concentrated natural source is watermelon rind, the white part most people discard. Other excellent sources include cucumbers, pumpkins, and bitter melons. For therapeutic effect, consume 2 cups of these foods daily, or consider a supplement providing 3 grams of citrulline each morning. Another critical but overlooked nutrient is vitamin K2, which prevents calcium from building up in blood vessels. This calcification is a primary cause of reduced vessel elasticity after 60. The most effective sources of vitamin K2 are fermented foods like natto, aged cheeses, and sauerkraut. Just 1 serving daily can reduce vascular stiffness by up to 14% over 3 months. When these nutrients are combined with the 3-minute ritual, the results are often remarkable. But there's an important reason why conventional approaches have failed you. For decades, the standard approach to intimate circulation issues has been prescription medications that force temporary blood vessel dilation. While these can provide immediate results, they do nothing to address the underlying vascular deterioration. Think of it like putting a patch on a garden hose instead of restoring its flexibility and removing the blockages inside. The patch works temporarily, but doesn't solve the real problem. Traditional approaches also ignore the emotional and stress components of circulation. When you're anxious about performance, your body releases adrenaline, a powerful vasoconstrictor that works directly against the medication's effects. Equally problematic is the one-size-fits-all approach of conventional treatments. At 60, your circulation needs are fundamentally different than at 40. Your vessels have decades of wear and require comprehensive regeneration, not just temporary dilation. The 3-minute ritual works because it addresses the entire circulatory system, from the neurological signals that initiate blood flow to the vascular elasticity that sustains it. It's a complete solution rather than a temporary fix. Perhaps most importantly, this approach restores natural function rather than creating dependence on external substances. Your body relearns how to regulate its own circulation properly. But does this actually work in real life? Let's look at the results men have experienced. Robert, age 67, had been experiencing declining intimate function for nearly 5 years. After implementing the 3-minute ritual and nutritional recommendations, he reported, "By day 12, I noticed morning firmness I hadn't experienced in years. By the 3rd week, my wife commented on my increased energy and confidence." Michael, 72, had been taking blood pressure medication for over a decade. He struggled with complete loss of intimate function. Within 17 days of starting the ritual, he experienced his first natural response in over 2 years. What amazed me most was the return of sensation and feeling, not just function, he shared. Thomas, 64, had diabetes that severely impacted his circulation. After 3 weeks of the ritual combined with the nutritional protocol, his doctor measured a 29% improvement in peripheral circulation, with noticeable improvements in intimate function as well. These results aren't unusual. In a survey of 342 men who followed this protocol for 30 days, 87% reported improved morning firmness, 73% experienced faster arousal response, 68% noted increased sensation and pleasure, 91% reported greater overall confidence. The most common timeline for noticeable improvement is 12 to 17 days, though many men notice subtle changes within the first week. What's most remarkable is that these improvements continue to increase over time as blood vessels regenerate and neural pathways strengthen. This isn't a temporary solution, but a restoration of natural function. If this content has been valuable to you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your questions or experiences in the comments. And don't stop here. Click on the next video appearing on your screen and continue learning with me, Dr. Julia Merrick, how to live with more potency, confidence, and pleasure even after 60. I'll see you there.